back to my channel. I'm Victoria and this is Studio Biku. Today I'm going to be experimenting with a dirty pot. If you haven't heard of a dirty pot before, it's a pot where you put lots of different ingredients when you don't need to mordant your textile. I've already collected lots of plant materials on my dog walk this morning. Today we're going to try and print with the found materials onto kimono silk. It's a kind of long panel that could be used as a scarf in the end. Thanks to Nicola Brown for her wonderful videos all about the dirty pot. I've been poring over them for months and I finally found all the materials that I need to make my own one. I recently found this pot outside a restaurant that had closed down and they were saying you could take whatever you wanted, so I noticed that this dirty pot was there and I thought this would be perfect for a dirty pot because it literally is a dirty pot. So the first order of business today is to try and clean some of this off the bottom. I've had a go already, it's coming off. I've been scrubbing now for about 30 minutes and this is what I have. There you go, almost completely clean and ready to make the dirty pot. You need some water and some eucalyptus. I've only got dried eucalyptus leaves, but better than nothing. I've got some vinegar. This is distilled white vinegar. And you're going to need something rusty. I've got something in this little box. It's very Japanese and I'll show you in a second. Okay, so I'm going to put some water in the pot. I've scrubbed this pot with soap and vinegar, so it's really clean on the inside as well, as clean as it can be on the outside. I'm going to put about half full. I'm following Nicola Brown's recipe, which is half full with water, eucalyptus leaves, little tip, I use these little dry packs to put in with my dry materials to stay nice and crisp, and then I'm going to put about half this amount of vinegar in here as well. It's about half, a little more, okay. Maybe a little more. Okay, and then I've just got to put my rusty material in here, which I need to get out of this box. I'm going to show you now. It is a Kabuto helmet. Now I'm going to need to take this off. I'm going to need to remove this brass piece as well, but this is made from cast iron and it is absolutely ruined. Look at that. It's kind of beyond help. It's coming off on my hands. So it's going to go in the dirty pot. I've moved all the parts from this little Kabuto helmet. You can see how rusty it is. It's absolutely disgusting. And I'm going to pop it in the pot right now. I'm going to leave that to come to the boil, and then I'm going to boil it for 1 hour. And then it'll be ready. So I've got some baking paper here, and I'm going to, just got the silk out, and I've been soaking it for around an hour. I'm going to get my leaves and things that I collected this morning from my deck, and I'm going to lay out half. So all these lovely things I got this morning, some dandelion leaves, geraniums, these are sakura, cherry blossom leaves, aren't they gorgeous? I'm going to do some up, some down, and I don't know what this plant is, but it's just growing by itself, self-seeded. So I'm just going to place leaves here and there, some ferns. I'm hoping that we're going to get some impressions. I really hope so. This is roses, rose leaf. Ow, there's a sharp thorn on there. Ouch. Okay, this stuff I'm not sure, but it's so pretty. So I'm just going to do little sprigs. Some up, some down. Geranium leaf also. They're always really nice to put on. I might just add a few more bits and pieces at this end. Make sure everything's not the same side down. So it's going to get folded in half, like this. I'm going to use the this as a barrier. This paper is going to be a barrier so that we can have a really clear print. There's another cherry blossom leaf here. I wonder if I can sneak that in somewhere at the end, maybe. We're going to start rolling. You can hear something in the background. That is the dirty pot boiling away. Okay, so we're going to roll it up around this dowel. It's actually a rolling pin from the 100 yen shop, so nothing fancy. So I'm going to need some of this silk cord. You don't have to use silk, you can use anything you like. I just happen to have a load of silk and I made it into kind of a ribbon, but you can use t-shirt material or cotton, anything you like. Then we're going to make a bundle of this with the silk. pan's been on for around an hour, and let's see what colour we've got. Woo. Let's see, looks dark to me. It's pretty black. It smells quite lovely with the eucalyptus leaves, but I think that's what I didn't show on camera. Is I added a few more eucalyptus leaves in, just for good measure. So you can see they're cooking. I made a black liquid with the vinegar and the rusty kabuto. Put that in. I'm going to make sure it's submerged, and I'm going to leave that to boil. I'm going to keep turning it for about 2 hours. Okay, let's have a look what's happened. Now what you didn't see is that I snuck another project in here earlier. That is a t-shirt that I put in there, but that's not had as long as this one, so this one can come out now. It's had over 2 hours. I think that's probably enough. Okay, it's getting dark now, so I apologise for the light. I've just brought this over here, it's still steaming, but the colour looks pretty good. Make sure to cover your table if you are worried about getting stains on it. I'm wondering if, because I did the, yes, that one. Oh, look at that. Because I did the masking, if it's not going to be a bit strange and not penetrate throughout the whole thing. But that might be a cool effect. And I think it hasn't penetrated inside. Oh, that's a shame. This is only my first time of doing the dirty pot, so, you know, I'm not going to worry too much about it if it doesn't work, because I've now made the dirty pot and I can use it again. Okay, I'm going to let that dry, but look how dark those ends are. Amazing. Those colours themselves are pretty fantastic. Okay, so let's... Not what I anticipated at all. At all. So weird. I honestly thought I'd have more iron penetrating, but that's okay. Let that cool down a little bit. I can see colours though, so that's that way. Okay, so we're going to open it up. It's like Christmas. Oh, I can see some colours. Really not what I expected was going to happen though. I thought we'd have a lot more darkness, but that's okay. This is the first time to try it, so it's difficult to get everything off. And I know that when things oxidise, that things will change colour, and when it dries, it will be different again. At the moment, it just looks an absolute terrible mess. It looks like the rose leaves have come a nice colour, and I don't know about everything else though. Could be a bit strange. And also I now know cherry blossom leaves do really well. I did do ferns before and they didn't do that well, so that's confirming what I thought about that. So It's still quite pretty though. See this cherry leaf here? Yes, so nice. It's maybe my sign to do a whole cherry one. Yeah, I think because I was I wrapped it with the baking sheet. I think it's had a big impact. It's okay. Although that one came out so nice. That purpley grey. Okay, I'm going to go and rinse all these bits off before they stick and see what we have. So for the final results, it was a little bit mixed for me. I thought that I was going to get a bit of a darker colour. I was quite pleased with the t-shirt and how that turned out, even though I didn't show you how to do it. All I did was I just folded it in half, laid the materials down, and then rolled it really tightly. On that one, I didn't use any of the wax paper, so you see some bleed through, which is actually really, really nice. I was quite pleased with the silk panel. Although I was expecting a lot more greys, I realised now the barrier was the problem there. So the next day I went back and I did the experiment again on something different, and it worked like a charm. So that will be in video 2, so join me for that one. Make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell so that you know when it lands. See you next time.